Hello.
Howdy.
So, what's up?
So, well, explain yourself. You're throwing a debate out there, so what's your side?
Well, I don't think every single Muslim out there is in ISIS because that's just kind of crazy.
Yeah. Now, does your point mean, like, all of them aren't there to cause terror attacks, or are you just saying all of them are just associated with ISIS?
Well, I think, I know a couple Muslim people that they wouldn't hurt a fly. So
Yeah.
I don't think that everyone, just because they're Muslim, doesn't mean they're dangerous to the U.S.
Okay, now, do you have a religion?
Yes.
Yes, okay. Well, basically, what are you, Christian, Catholic? Sorry.
Yeah, I'm Christian.
Okay, now, let me ask you something.
Yeah.
If the Bible said, all right, we'll talk about gays for a topic. Now, do you support people being gay?
I mean, I honestly couldn't care less.
You can clear. Well, do you support it? Like, if your mom was gay or your dad was gay, would you support them?
Yeah.
Yeah, you would. So
people have free will to make their own decisions.
Yeah, but I mean, to you, being a Christian, isn't that wrong?
I mean, no and yes.
No and yes.
Because the Bible, it does say that marriage is between a man and a woman, but it also says that people have free will.
Yeah, I mean that's from the devil tempting people.
And I think the free will is, I think we can't be expected to change ourselves just because of what something says. I think everybody should have their own choice. And I think I think that when people decide to become gay, or when they find out that they're gay, they go in there knowing that they're going to be criticized.
So, I'm gonna get the number 3, please. Would you basically, I mean, you're saying that, I mean, I don't kind of get what you mean. Like, you're saying the free will part, I mean, everybody has the right to do whatever they want, but it just, I mean, sometimes it's a sin or sometimes it's not, right?
Yeah.
So being gay, would you say, is a sin, correct?
Well, no, because the act of being gay is not a sin. Because it doesn't say that you can't like the same gender. It doesn't say that you can't feel attraction towards the same gender as you. But getting married, I think that the people that are gay aren't really very religious, because they know that if they are religious and they go to a very hardcore church, then they will be criticized for that.
Okay. I now back to the Muslim part. Now, all right, well, I'll try to make it easier. Okay, if I said I was Christian, but I didn't follow the Christian ways, am I really Christian?
Well, being part of a religion is a very gray area, because if you consider being part of a religion or being in that religion as following all of its rules, then nobody is part of any religion, because people sin.
No, but I'm talking about, like, I say I'm Christian, but like I'm going to have sex outside of marriage. I'm gonna go party and drink it up. I'm never gonna go to church. I'm never gonna pray. I'm just not gonna do all that. But at the end of the day, I'm gonna say, hey, I'm Christian.
Well, I think that being Christian, most people's definition of Christian is you believe in God.
Yeah.
Like the Christian God, you know?
Yeah.
And you believe that Jesus came back from the dead 3 days after he died. And so yeah, I don't think that there's a difference between being a Christian and being non-religious.
Non-religious. So if I was
non-religious, as in you don't believe in any gods.
Yeah.
So basically atheist.
I mean, if I said that I believed in Jesus Christ, or as Christian,
yes.
I'm Christian as well. If I said I'm Christian, I'm Buddhism, I'm etc. 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 Am I all those because I just believe in all of them?
Well, see, there comes an issue because it's hard to believe in more than one god or idol or deity or whatever. So, basically, the way you identify yourself as a certain religion is by looking inside and finding which one you really support, like in your heart, because
I know, but the thing
religions contradict each other. So it would just have to be which one you think is right and which one you think is maybe not so much.
But if you say you're Christian, you're more likely to follow the Christian ways. I mean, you plan to do that. You're gonna do stuff like that, right?
Yes. If you say you're Christian, you use the Christian Bible as like a guideline.
Yeah. Now,
that's like what you base. That's what you base your choices off of.
I'm gonna use the Quran as a guideline. No.
Yes, the Quran, and yes.
And now, don't you?
You're gonna use that.
It's a little iffy that the Quran says, basically, all those who don't follow Allah, they should die. Basically, like that. I don't know the exact verse of it.
I don't think that. I don't think it says that.
No, it really does. It says it puts two Bible verses together. Can I see your phone? It puts two Bible verses together. It says, "Thou shalt love the neighbor as thyself," and you know which one that's from, right?
Yes.
Now,
the Ten Commandments.
Yes.
Yes.
Let me read.
Well, that's kind of where it comes into extremism. People, or the population of ISIS, they're known as Islamic extremists, correct?
Okay, so the Quran says, "Fight everyone in the way of Allah and kill those who disbelieve in Allah Muhammad." And that's an actual Bible verse. I don't think you're going to be able to read that, but that's where we where we kind of draw the line that, like, we do have a freedom of religion here as our First Amendment, but it's like our Christianity and all the major religions, they don't cause hatred. If you follow the religion right and you do everything as the religion says, you should never kill anybody or do any harm. Now, you're taking a religion that's just straight made out of, like, bad things. Now, I get it. People like to say, hey, that's the old style or the new style. We have nothing to belong with that. But then, well, why do you still associate with yourself with Muslim if that's not really how it is? It's like me saying, if I'm Christian and I don't follow any of the Christian ways, I'm not really Christian. It's just I use that as a reference.
Here's one thing, okay? So I'm gonna tie this back to the gay thing because the Bible says that marriage should be between a man and a woman, but there are still a majority of people, or a very large group of people, that still are gay or lesbian or whatever, and they still call themselves Christian, and I would consider them Christian as well, because, and if people are Muslim and their Bible says that they should kill everyone that's not Muslim, then there's still people contradicting that, and they can still call themselves Muslim.
Yeah, but killing...
Because obviously not every single Muslim is going to go out and just go out into their neighborhood that might not all be Muslim and just start killing people randomly.
Yeah.
Because that's illegal in most countries. So I don't think...
But as we are in the U.S., shouldn't we ban them because that's how we like to do? We want to prevent things from happening, such as stuff like that. So when you do have...
That's the whole thing about citizenship, is that when you go through citizenship, you devote yourself to this country. Yeah. So once you go through citizenship and you see what this country is all about and you see what great of a country it is, I think that killing everybody that isn't a Muslim would just be kind of wrong to you, and you'd know it in your heart. And I just don't think you would be compelled to do that no matter what your religion says you should do. And I think that breaking a rule as extreme as that, as killing everybody that isn't a Muslim, shouldn't really be frowned upon, because there are obviously other people in the world, and I can't see a future where it's only Muslim people.
Wait, what do you...
So I just don't think...
catch that.
What I'm saying is... What do you mean?
The last part you said about the Muslims, I really didn't catch that one you said.
Well, I just don't think that... anybody would be would be their right would be taken away to call themselves a Muslim.
Mm-hmm.
Because Muslim is being part of a religion doesn't mean you follow every single rule that you're given.
Yeah.
That's called extremism, and that's what ISIS is. They're extremists.
Yeah.
They're Islamic extremists.
I mean, but
so I think the only people that actually kill people are Islamic extremists,
yes.
which is ISIS.
But I mean, but their own religion itself says that they should basically kill whoever doesn't support it. Now, I get what you mean by
I know, but anybody
don't support it, but sometimes it's like they do support it. They devote themselves to this. Muslim is a world of hatred. So now all these Christians that died, he could say he did it for his religion, which is Muslim, and be okay with it because he did that for his God, Allah. Now, I mean, yeah, being gay is another thing, but it's not killing anybody. It's not doing anybody else harm besides themselves. Most people that are gay know they're wrong for it. That's why, it took so long to come out. They know that in the Bible it's wrong. If they follow Christianity, they know they're wrong for it. Now, these new Muslims are saying that we don't do that. We're not wrong for not killing people. This and that.
Yeah.
So, I mean...
And... I get where you're coming from, but this is another thing that ties into extremism. The only people, let's be honest here, the only people that really follow every single rule in their Bible or in their Holy Quran or whatever are the people that are extremists, and that's literally the way they live. And at the end of the day, we're all human, we all have common sense, and we know that killing everybody that opposes us isn't the way to solve it. Now, I can see people maybe arguing with, I can see Muslims maybe arguing with Christians that their way is better or whatever, which, I mean, I can't be convinced that one way is better than the other because everybody's equal here in America. But I just don't think...
If it could stop many mass shootings or mass killings, however you want to say it, if we ban Muslims, if we could stop just a couple of them, should we do it?
I mean, I don't think banning Muslims, like banning the entire Muslim population, would, for one, be legal or be morally right, because I don't think nobody has the right to deny someone the right to live in America, because America is a great place and it's the land of opportunity.
Obama rejected, and I believe it was 2011, a bunch of Iraqis. How come he did that?
I don't believe that he did that, but he might have. I don't remember that.
2011. Yeah, I mean, you don't remember it because it's not. Everyone doesn't make it global. How Trump said that, and they blew it up out of the water. Now,
well, maybe that's because we were currently in a hand-to-hand combat war, and we hadn't seen the Iraqi population in America yet. So we could definitely identify that they were over here to do no good, and that they wanted to kill us. So
I mean, if we're so throwing our hand out there to Muslims, how come they even did a study on it? They said that maybe 4 out of 10 Muslims you were to bring over actually had to do with ISIS and all that stuff group. Now, 4 out of 10, that's a very high number for how many people you're going to bring over.
It's a very large number.
Yeah.
I understand this.
Now, if that statistically, we should hold off on right now is bringing more people in.
Yeah, and I see where you're coming from, but I think that in you arguing with my statement that not all Muslims are in ISIS, you have also agreed with it, because you say that only 4 out of 10 are in ISIS. Now, I understand that we can see all Muslims as a threat, but I think the only way...
I'm not saying they all have to do with ISIS, but I think as far as the religion, yes.
Yeah, they all have the possibility to be a threat, and I recognize that Muslims are definitely the higher percentage of most mass shootings or killings or bombings or whatever usually have something to do with a Muslim extremist.
Okay.
And I just think that I don't think it's right to stereotype Muslims like that, because you said the majority, 4 out of 10 is the... So you say 4 out of 10 is bad, so 6 out of 10 people that are Muslim are good. So that's the majority, and they're not here to kill us. They're not here to harm us.
Just from ISIS alone, not anything else.
I didn't hear the first part.
I wouldn't say they were good. I would say that they're not a part of ISIS, but they still can be.
Well, that's what I mean. I don't think when I say good, I mean they don't want to kill everybody, and they don't hate people just because of their religion.
Mm-hmm.
And in the Christian Bible, it's very strict on that this religion is right, and it doesn't specifically say that every other religion is wrong, but there's definitely nothing about accepting other religions.
Yeah. So I mean, in a way, it says.
So in a way, Christians and Muslims are more alike than we think, because they're both taught that their religion is the only religion that is right, and everybody has every reason to believe that their religion is right. And I think it's a question of common sense when you think of people that want to kill other people just because they're not in that religion. I think that's a question of insanity and not a question of following the Quran. Because honestly, if let's think about this for a second. Were you a Muslim? And you were told that you should kill everybody that's not a Muslim, and you have been going to school in an American school and growing up in American society, and you've made friends there, or even if you weren't in there, even if you lived in, what is it, Syria and Iraq?
Yeah, Syria and Iraq.
And you went to America and you lived there for a little bit, would you really, and one day you were just told that you should kill everybody because they're not Muslim?
Because they're not.
Would that be right to you? Would you accept that? Because I think that once you grow, once you have the mental capacity to know that something is bad, to know that killing is bad, then that's just not right. And I think that the only reason that the ISIS is comprised of Muslims is because their religion is it's kind of harsh on other people.
So I mean,
and I'm not barking on Muslims or anything, but I just think that specific rule is a bit overboard.
I mean, as of right now, I think we should post a ban on them, temporary ban, until we find a way of dealing with ISIS and such as that, just because the possibility of it is a high rate. Now,
there is always the possibility.
I mean, don't get me wrong, what we do with ISIS, there's always going to be terrorists. I don't think we're going to stop that. But a lot of it is weapon. Oh, it's right there. A lot of it is happening with them right now. Now, it's not about the guns or anything like that. I mean, it's just about the people here. And I mean, Muslims have caused one of America's greatest attacks on our soil of all time. And I mean, I wouldn't say we're scared,
I understand that.
We need to stop letting it happen. We need to stop letting it happen and do something about it, actually change something. Obviously, if it keeps happening, something's not going right. But give me a second. With taquitos.
Can I have? Okay, I'm ready.
All right. But I think we need to do something to change it, because as we're right now, we're not going the right way.
Yeah, and that's why I don't know if this has been made public yet, but there is the idea of a mandatory screening for Muslims to test their sanity or their something. It's like a background check where you make sure that they aren't involved in anything sketchy or anything that could potentially harm America and their ways of living. So I agree that I don't think there should be a complete ban. I just think that there should be restrictions on like how Muslims get into the country, because I recognize that the ISIS population is Muslim, so we definitely want to keep an eye out for them. And it sucks for the people that are Muslim and they aren't in ISIS, that they have to deal with that. So.
Yeah, I mean, I do get where you're coming from, but I mean, as of right now, we don't have one, so
yeah.
I mean, I just think to put a temporary ban on to know what we're gonna do to fix the problem, not just hey, keep letting them in right now.
Yeah. We don't want to keep our country in danger, but I think overall, I think that putting a ban on Muslims will create more problems than it gets rid of, because there are people like me, but are a lot crazier than I am, that say that that's just wrong, and anybody that tries to put a ban on Muslims is unhearted, and they're just heartless, and they shouldn't be in a place of power to have that say.
The fact that we have a president that has failed to recognize what they have done. Every time something happens as that, he doesn't want to call them what they are. He fails to say... But
between you and me, I don't think the presidential candidates that we have right now are going to do any better.
I think Trump will do better. I personally think Trump will do better. I mean, he's the one who imposed... I mean, are you a Democrat, I'm guessing?
No, I'm a Republican, but I still don't think Trump is our best bet.
Okay. Honestly, I think Trump is our best bet to it. I mean, obviously in the past, everyone made George Bush look like some big guy who wasn't anything, but I mean, he did good, but we need a change. Everyone stands for political correctness, but they're hiding behind companies that are paying stuff to basically talk for them. Now, Trump doesn't have any companies. He does have the NRA, but the NRA did that by their choice. He didn't need their money to run. And,
yeah, I understand.
And when you look at Obama and everybody else, do you like Obama or?
I mean, I think he has messed up pretty bad. But I think overall, I think our country, especially our poorer population, people on welfare, have been better off from it.
I mean,
that's just my opinion.
I think welfare is a joke. What state do you live in?
I live in Missouri.
Missouri. Hey, you know Lake of the Ozarks?
Yeah.
I'm going there this summer, I think, hopefully.
Huh,
but cool. Now I live in California. A lot of people I believe, are on welfare. I think we're one of the biggest states on welfare. Now Missouri actually did I believe they passed a drug scan for them, right?
Yeah.
You can't be on drugs. Now over here, people use their money to buy drugs. Now, and we live in the state.
As in any other state, really.
I mean, California is more strict. Like, you see people going to the casino, spending all their welfare money, thinking they're going to get rich. You see people going to buy drugs. You see people that don't even need it, but they're giving them a damn cell phone. Like, I mean, it's to an extent, I don't say not all families don't need welfare, but I mean, make sure the family needs it before you hand it out the money. Now,
exactly. And that's what I think, I'm not generally supporting Obama and Obamacare, but I think that the people that really do need the money, those are the people that are going to benefit most from it. And the people that don't really need the money and that are going to waste it on casinos or drugs, those are the people that aren't going to do so well. And I think that that's just their mistake, and I don't think that they're going to use their money very well.
Do you support the wall at all?
I think, to me, the idea sounds a little ridiculous that we're going to build a wall to block out other countries. But I don't know enough about the topic to argue any one side. But personally, I don't think a wall would be very practical at all. Because that would be just more money that we have to spend rather than fixing the immigrant problem and helping the people that need to get into our country and help them get their citizenship and get in the right way. I don't think a wall would be cost effective.
Mexicans do have a big advantage over everyone else that are trying to get in the country.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't think that building a wall would be necessarily cost effective,
I mean, it's not even
that
about
would
the
be
cup.
very.
If
It
you
would
took
be
off
very
all
expensive.
the people that didn't need welfare and put it towards the wall, it'd be a very, very big chunk of the money right there. But now the thing is, like, the wall stops from. Oh, there's a dog.
Where?
It was back there. Now the wall will stop from all. No, there's walking. It basically stops from everyone who's not coming here legally from stop. Now, Obama has released something that basically, if they see a guy walking across the border, they don't even do anything anymore because that's what Obama said. What? No. And, you know, that's kind of, I mean, I think that's foolish. Like, how wrong. That's so wrong how they can just let people walk over there. And if they get captured, you know, just send them back, not send them somewhere else, you know? Now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, people that try to cross the border right now, I think there should be. I don't think that adding a wall, like a big, huge stone wall, would be appropriate because obviously there's people with the power and money to figure out a way around that wall for other people that don't have the money.
Okay.
And so you know how El Chapo escaped from prison?
Yeah.
He did that with a tunnel out of a prison. So I'm pretty sure digging a tunnel under a wall wouldn't be as difficult.
But the thing is, I mean, it would keep a lot of people out from it. I mean, yeah, you're going to get people who do cross the border, but as effectively, it will work a lot more. Now, people like to say that a lot of people aren't criminals that come over, but they are. So it's kind of, but I mean, that's my topic. I'm guessing, what was I going to say? I totally forgot what I was going to say, but did you get your key? I honestly think that as of right now, we should probably put a Muslim ban on. I mean, even if it just till we got the hang of what we need to do to stop the crime and all that, then no. So
I understand where you're coming from, and I think a temporary ban couldn't hurt, but I think that basically the point that I'm making is that the temporary ban will help us figure out which Muslims are ISIS and which ones aren't. Mm-hmm. So I understand that all Muslims could be a threat. They're a possible threat, but I don't think just because they're Muslim makes them automatically they're part of ISIS, no matter what they believe. Just because they say they're Muslim does not mean they're part of ISIS. That's basically my claim.
Yeah. It's pretty good. All right, well, I just got home. I got to eat some food. So it was pretty good chatting with you, though.
Yeah, that was cool.
All right.
See ya.
Have a good day.
Bye.